5 books, Transcendental Diary, which described some of the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada during a 1-year period that I was traveling with him in 1976. There's 2 more volumes that I'm still working on that have to come out. There are unlimited pastimes. You're asking me to describe some pastimes. What is there to say? Well, let's look at Srila Prabhupada's writing of his books, the Srimad Bhagavatam. An incredible feat. Even if he had not created ISKCON, just doing a translation and commentary on 18,000 verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam in itself would have been an incredible achievement. When Prabhupada was publishing the first canto here in India, he had spent a couple of years working on the first volume of the first canto. He was able to get it published with great difficulty. He was already 65, 66 years old. And one of his friends questioned the veracity of his attempting to present the entire Srimad Bhagavatam in a foreign language, English, and that's not the natural language of India. And with so many elaborate explanations, how is it possible? So Prabhupada's reply was that the glories of the Lord are unlimited. Krishna is unlimited. In the heavenly planets, there are hundreds and thousands and millions of volumes of the Bhagavatam, the stories glorifying the Supreme Lord. So if in this planet we attempt to produce, as he was planning, 60 volumes of the Srimad Bhagavatam, then that's not such an amazing thing. Because from an ordinary standpoint it's amazing for an old man to sit down by hand typing or writing and attempt such a feat. It seems incredible. But from Prabhupada's transcendental perspective, it was a natural function for himself to glorify Krishna at every moment. And not only that, but to do it in such a way that other people get a chance to be purified by that glorification. So Prabhupada was in a class of his own, even as a Vaishnava. I mean, there are many wonderful Vaishnavas, but Prabhupada was especially empowered to spread Krishna consciousness around the world. And the scope that he did it on is unparalleled. Nobody could imagine. One of Prabhupada's godbrothers in 1975 and again in 1976, he was visiting with Srila Prabhupada, and he told him, he said that this verse, Prativichaya Chajato Nagaradi Gram, Sabatra Prachar Hoibe Mor Nam, he said we actually didn't really understand that verse. We were thinking, it's some nice glorification of the holy name, but we could never imagine that it was literal, every town and village all around the world. We were thinking maybe just in India or a few places nearby. But he said, now you have actually shown the real meaning of that verse, and therefore I feel that you are the real Acharya. So that was a compliment from Srila Prabhupada's godbrother. And it's nice that people recognize that. But it's even nicer if they take up the task as Prabhupada did it. He once told us that he said, I want the benediction that like Arjuna, I can fight for Krishna to the last breath. And he did that. So that's the example that we're following. Disappearance pastime of Srila Prabhupada, of course, we're now coming up near to the anniversary of that here in Vrindavan. But we should be reminded that, as Prabhupada said, it's not just glorifying the Guru, it's not just a question of a festival of fruits and flowers. So you can do that festival of fruits and flowers, but you'll actually glorify your spiritual master when you go out and you defeat the opposition. Then you'll show actually your obligation and your appreciation. So that was Prabhupada's pastime, preaching. He could not stop talking about Krishna, and he was indefatigable in doing it.